Hi everyone, welcome to the ElectricmotorGP, and we are live in Bangkok for the 46th International Motor Show. And Bangkok has been alive and buzzing. We've only come in for the last 3 to 4 days just to try and catch up and see what everything's going on. For most of you who are not aware, Bangkok is like the herald for everything that's going to be coming to the right-hand drive market. So a few Chinese companies have got their factories already built here. They've got outlets here as well. So which means before a market gets to places like Australia, like the UK, their first port of call is in Thailand, in Bangkok. And why are we here today? The International Motor Show has a lot of cars available to us, and some of them that we know that are likely to be launching pretty soon. So there've been leaks, for example, with the MG IM brand that it's going to launch the IM6 and IM5 at the Melbourne International Motor Show, and I chose to come here because I knew I was going to get access to actually test driving those cars. So join me as we go in and we explore all the different options of cars that are going to be available to us, and hopefully you have a good time. Right, so this is the Mercedes-Benz stand, and like I said to you, I'm going to try and get you some of the ICE cars as well, but I'm not going to dwell on them. However, this is a Mercedes plug-in hybrid. This is the S-Class 580 AMG Premium. 6 inline cylinders, 270 kilowatts, 500 Newton meters of torque. It is a plug-in hybrid, and as with everything there's Mercedes at this level, this is luxury at its peak. Let's delve into the interior. Nappa leather all the way through, device screens in the back, another screen supposed to be there but not in this one at this particular point in time, cooled and heated seats. Premium sound systems. Interior of the car, everything about this says premium. Driver instrument cluster, centrally placed infotainment screen. Fantastic. As I'm sure will be the price. Going on to the EQE 350. Premium interior as well, definitely not on the level of the S-Class. Very comfortable on the inside. Central infotainment system like the S-Class as well. Fantastic steering wheel. That center console is very impressive. And more impressive is the front grille, which looks amazing. Now it's not really well powered, it's 215 kilowatts. But it's managing 765 Newton meters of torque and accelerates 0 to 100 in 6.6 seconds. It's also got a very decent range. I think it's about 500 kilometers of WLTP range on it. and charges DC fast charging 170 kilowatts, and it's capable of AC charging. Now I need to correct myself, it's 550, not 500. This is the EQS. This is the big boy of Mercedes EVs in terms of SUVs. This particular one is an all-wheel drive, 265 kilowatts, 800 newton meters of torque, rapid acceleration, 0 to 100 in 6.2 seconds. It also has over 800 newton meters of torque. Fast charging is all right. It's got a range of about 600 kilometers. It's got about 90 kilometers of 90 kilowatt hour battery in it. This is the EQS sedan. This is the S-Class version of it. Got 3 different screens, a large central infotainment screen in there. It's got a passenger infotainment screen as well, and it's also got a driver instrument cluster on the other side. I love the design for the center console. Got 2 USB-C chargers in there. Deep space in there. You've got your driver control buttons right in the center as well. Flush door handles. Goodyear tires. This look like rim 22s if I'm correct. Sadly, the G9 is not available in this particular show. I will look around to see if I can find it. I don't think it is. I think it's just the G6 and the X9 that are available. So let's go on. I'm going to save Toyota for last because they've not been able to come up with anything from an EV perspective that we would be acutely interested in. So going on to the Hyundai Pavilion, again mostly ICE cars are available, but this one is the Ioniq 5. Now I'm going to break this to you. The Ioniq 6 is coming to Australia in the N format, which means Hyundai have actually listened to all the feedback to say that it was slightly underpowered. Now, you guys need to keep an eye on the channel. I've got the video of my time with the Ioniq 6 coming soon, and it was a lovely car. It's quite impressive in the way it looks and the way it functions, and the handling and the driving that is really very, very impressive. In fact, one of my mates from England was calling me, was trying to find out if I could recommend a car for him that handles almost like a German car, and I completely forgot to mention the Ioniq 6. So I might give him a buzz to let him know that. Now, the Ioniq 5N is probably one of the fastest cars you could ever come across. I think it's got 420 kilowatts, does 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds. So this is one of those cars that is easy for you to underestimate how good of a car it is. Then think about how well the car handles. and it gives you a good idea of exactly what you'd be getting from this car. Now, I did promise you that I was going to get access to the Ioniq 5N, but I haven't been able to do so just yet, so I do apologize. Been a bit busy traveling, and for those of you who've been following the channel. And everything about the car is nice and solid. I'm not a fan of cotton interiors anymore, but it's well built, solid 5-seater with a decent amount of boot space. With a decent amount of boot space. I don't think it comes with rear tires. Looks pretty cool. Hopefully I will try and honor my word and get you a proper Moving on to the BMW stand. BMW have got a whole lot of ICE cars that you're aware. And I've said I'm only going to show you the ICE cars because they are part of what's going on. However, this is the iX. We did test drive this in Jakarta, and the iX handles really well. Interior is pretty good. I think the price point was the only thing I had against the iX, if I remember correctly. And I'm sorry I haven't given you the video for the iX just yet. I am sitting on it. I'm trying my best to catch up with all the editing that I need to get done. So this is the xDrive 50, which is one of the more superior versions of the iX, and like almost all the other ones, it doesn't come with any extra tire, but acres and acres of boot space in there for you. Interior is actually so lovely. So you've got your Bose and Wilkins speakers in there, trunk space, futuristic looking in the full Napa leather interior. You've got your 30-inch infotainment / driver instrument cluster, detailed buttons on the steering wheel, nice steering wheel, seats themselves look very luxurious, side bolsters look very good, heated as well as cooled, perforated as well. If you look into the back as well, the back is well appointed, and this is the latest thing that's going on, in which you can actually hook in your device and connect it rather than the device coming straight through. You've got your air conditioning vents and controls here, pockets at the back, and if you look, you've got your cup holders present here as well, so which is pretty cool. You've got your panoramic roof. So all in all, the iX is a lovely car too. Now this is the iX3. Actually, I haven't been able to get into this one. It's not readily available. And I prefer the iX3's screen layout to the one in the iX. So you've got your proper driver instrument cluster, as well as your proper infotainment screen. You've got a lot of spaces and buttons for you to control everything in there, your meter, your home. You can change your mode, your drive selector is also here, and then you've got a cubby hole here, which also has its USB cables, USB ports in there as well. You've got your glove compartment here, which is a decent size. You've got actual controls for your air conditioning vents, and you've got actual buttons to control everything in there. For some reason, I couldn't figure out how to open this. Nice leather interior, side bolsters are really good, and it's got good support. Can you see that? Under leg support, so you can extend that even though it's manual. It's pretty decent. So this is the iX3. Decent size. Let's have a look at what the boot looks like. The interior also looks pretty good. You've got USB ports at the bottom. You've got your air conditioning vents. You've got your nets in there for your luggage. You've got a very, very deep pockets there for water. Massive boot space. Typical with the European cars, you're not going to get any extra tires in there, even if it's a space saver. So that's a rush through the iX3. I actually like this one more than I like the iX, even though the iX looks more futuristic. Price point for this is 2 million baht, which is roughly about 100,000 Australian dollars. Right, for those of you who remember, we test drove this in Jakarta. This is the i7. This is the baby Rolls Royce. This is roughly about 300,000 Australian dollars, depending on the spec that you get. Nappa leather interior, perforated as well, designed to give you lots of comfort. If you remember when I did the video for that, it is cooled, it's heated, it does do massage functioning as well. It's got cup holders there. If I remember correctly, there was supposed to be a screen here somewhere. Right, this one doesn't have the screen. It's got the USB ports in there. But you've got the screens on the sides. So you can control your seats from there. You can put on your massage function. You can put on your heat. You can adjust everything you want to do from here all the way through. I'm going to jump in and show you the front from here, because that day we didn't get to do the video of everything else. In fact, I don't think I've released a video for you just yet. So this is luxury at its peak. This is the i7. So this is the baby rolls as it's properly called. So what I was trying to show you is that if you're sat here, I'm going to do something just to make things a bit easier for everyone. So if you just bear with me, I'm just going to turn this around and I'm going to set this up so that you can get access to it without me having to hold. And I'm going to tilt that up so you can see how big that screen is. So that's a 30-inch screen that is in here. And this is in theater mode. Now you can watch stuff on this. And I'm just going to flip this around for you because you're not going to be able to understand what I'm trying to say. I've got speakers in the headrest. So the speakers in the headrest, that means that the sound coming out from the screen actually comes directly into you as you're watching. Now this screen here, which I'm going to just activate for you to have a look at, this is a 30-inch screen that gives you all the information that you want. You can actually also set it up so that you can do meetings in here and you can live stream and do all the insulation in the car is such that you hear absolutely nothing coming on from that's going on outside. It comes in, it's a smart screen. You've got access to Netflix, your Prime Video, Spotify. You can do your meetings in here. You control all of this from the buttons here. Again, just to let you know the level of luxury that is available in this car. This car, like I said, it's called the Baby Royce for a reason. But you can do a lot with this car, a lot more than people give you credit for. All the while listening to
adjusting the backrest width enables you to optimize the side support of the seats, for example when cornering.
So
adjust the backrest width so that the seat provides comfortable side support.
So this is the interior. Let's go see what it looks like on the outside.
Allows you to optimize your all-round view.
Now, this is one of those cars, unfortunately, you're going to enjoy a whole lot more if you've got a chauffeur. It's got a decent boot size, so you've got a lot of space in there. No spare wheels as expected. And I'll have details of the specs of the car just on the side there for you to be able to see in terms of its charging and everything else. So, this is the baby Rolls Royce. I did test drive this car in Jakarta and I was really impressed with it, with the suspensions, because it's got air suspensions on it. It goes through corners fantastically. I think entry level for this is roughly about $180,000 to $200,000 Australian, and top spec level is about $350,000 to $300,000 Australian. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my bag and we can move on to the next car before I fall in love and go into debt. I'm just going to do a quick tour of the BMW section. That's the M3 Touring. That's the M240i Drive. This is the new M2. That's the M4 CS. This is the XM. So this is the iX, but the M version of it. And this is roughly about, am I seeing $300,000 for this one? So yeah, this is about $350,000 for this particular spec of the X. So then we move on to the Mini Cooper convertible. And this is the problem I have with the Mini Cooper. This is $100,000. And this is the Mini Cooper John Cooper Works, capable of 380 kilometers. So you can see it's 90% charging, so it's 330 kilometers. It's very funky on the inside. Lots of soft touches everywhere. Got cheap there. And this is the Zeekr X, which we already test drove, if I'm correct. No, this is not the Zeekr X. This is a lynk&co. Sorry, excuse me. Thank you. This is the Lynk&Co 0008. Wow, I haven't seen this one at all. This is gorgeous to look like. So this is being launched at the moment here. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to get you the interior, but I'll see what I can do. It's a limited edition. So this is the Zeekr 7X. This car has become ridiculously popular because of out of spec. When they were able to get this to charge and prove this is probably was the fastest charging car until BYD overtook them when they launched their 1 megawatt charger. Interior is very, very interior is very good, as with most things that are Zeekr. Zeekr has a way of doing the driver instrument cluster, which is just like an oval shaped screen, and then gives you the piano black with buttons on the sides for you to control. And then in the center console, which is about 16 inches, you then have all the things in there. You've got your wireless charging too, which are cooled as well. You've got buttons to control the modes. Unfortunately, this particular one is just for demo only. It's not being launched officially, as everything's in Chinese. You've got over 16 speakers in the car. You've got push buttons to get in and out of the car. You've got matrix highlights for ambient lighting in addition to ambient lighting as well. You've got a panoramic roof which extends all the way to the back of the car. You've got your cup holders here which you can cover up, and in addition to that you've got your space there. Some versions of this actually do have a fridge in here, but it's bi-directional, can be opened by either passenger. It doesn't have a glove compartment, but as you can see the seating is very, very comfortable. I've got lots of headroom in there. I've got lots of leg room as well. It's a frameless door, but when you're in it, it is able to insulate the noise out of the car very easily. If you turn it around, you can see the big heads-up display there, which is about 30 inches or something similar to that. You've got your extra speaker here as well with your air conditioning vents, which you control from the dashboard as well. Okay, so I'm going to jump out from here and go into the back. So premium detailing with the sounds. So this is the speaker controls and your ambient lighting detailing there, and then your matrix ambient lighting also present in the back there. And you've got a frameless side mirror, again all designed to help you reduce noise. And you've got your extra cameras here which help you with the ADAS system. This is actually a level 2 plus, almost level 3 ADAS. So you've got flush door handles also to help you with that. Cameras everywhere with that. You've got a 265/45 rim 20 Continental Eco Contact 7, which is one of the premium tires you can use for EVs. And if you move round to the back, you find a situation where you've got a decent boot size, and they've also got electric controlled seats, which, if you remember, I said this is going to be the standard going forward. You've got lots of space in there but no extra tires, and you've got a 12-volt socket with lights present in there. You've got lots of amenities here, hooks for your shopping and everything else, and you've got an electronic tailgate. So everything about this car actually says luxury. Hopefully I'll get the opportunity to test drive it soon. This is at the Sydney Auto Show. This is the 001R, which indicates that this was co-designed with Kimi Räikkönen, Formula F1 driver, former Formula 1 driver. And everything about this, like I showed you from in Sydney, is very, very solid. Look how aggressive the diffusers are, and the carbon fiber at the bottom in there. It's got 22-inch true 95/35 rims on it. Wowies. Hi guys, this is the Monroe T50 from the former designer of McLaren. You can see it's got a jet engine exhaust in there, which is absolutely mental. This is the T60, probably one of the very few road legal F1 cars that you can get. Look in there, it says Gordon Murray. Right, so welcome to the MG stand, and we're looking at the Maxus 9. Now, prior to coming to the Bangkok International Motor Show, I've never heard of this car. I was only aware of 3 or 4 MPVs. The Maxus 9 is in the same category of luxury and definition as the Denzas, the X9s, as the Denzas and the X9s. You can see from the finishing on the upholstery on the seats as to how good this is looking. It does have smaller infotainment systems, which might come as a bit of a drag to some customers, and it doesn't have any wireless charging up front, but I think that's a wireless charger. It's got a 5-volt USB-C, 2 USB-Cs, and one 12-volt charger as well. It's got space in here in the cubby hole, and it's got 2 cup holders and lots of storage space in the bottom there as well. Seats are cooled and heated. Lots of speakers in the car as well. Cup holders definition showing in there as well. You've got captain seats in the rear, which have also got their own screens to help them relax and adjust the seats for comfort. You've also got what appears to be a vehicle to load here, but no cooler or refrigerator or heater there as well, and you've got 3 seats in the back. So this particular car comes in a 2+2+3 configuration. Door slides shut electronically, making life a bit easier for you. And this car potentially could be coming to Australia, and it's likely to be priced at about 100 to 110,000 depending on the spec that you get. Boot space is rather significant, so you've got enough in there, but the seats to fold them are actually manual, not electronic like you find on the X9. You've got a powered tailgate. And boldly written on the back there, you've got SAIC motors letting you know that this is from MG, and this is the Maxus 9. There is a smaller version of this car known as the Maxus 7. And I'll quickly run through the setup for you. So it's got a 90 kilowatt hour battery. WLTP range is 435 kilometers on the combined tackle, but if you're driving in the city, it's about 560. Accelerate 0 to 100 in about 9.2 seconds. Top speed is 182 kilometers. I think what I like most about it is the front. The daytime running lights just goes all the way across there with your LED points here as well. You've got the beautiful front grille in there with the diffusers. The front of this car actually looks pretty impressive. So the rear boot, like I was showing you earlier on, if I'm just able to find my way to the boot, has got 466 with all 7 seats up, and then when you fold all the seats, when you fold the rear 3 seats, you then have 2,179 liters as well. So it's a very impressive system, and it's in the same segment as the Denza D9 with the Xpeng X9 as well. So let's go see what the Maxus 7 looks like. So the Maxus 7 is the smaller sibling of the Maxus 9. While the Maxus 9 is 5.2 meters long, the Maxus 7 is 4.9 meters long. It also comes in the configuration of 2+2+3, and you can see also that there's a degree of comfort in this as well, but slightly lower in comparison to what you get on the Maxus 7. I actually prefer the screen on the Maxus 7 than I do the Maxus 9. I also prefer the layout of the Maxus 7 with the wireless charging pads here and your cup holders present here. I think this is probably a more thought out arrangement than what is seen on the Maxus 9. You've got a USB-C fast charger here with the 12-volt socket and USB-A there. A little bit of space in here as well. You've got your glove compartment there, which is a decent sized glove compartment. You've got cooled and heated seats as well. The boot capacity of the Maxus 7 is definitely smaller than that of the Maxus 9. Where the Maxus 9 has got 460 liters with the 7 seats up. The Maxus 7 has got a definitely smaller seat allowance there, and this right gap in there also means that it doesn't lie flat. It makes it more difficult for you to get stuff into it. However, I still think it's a very beautiful car, especially at the price point, which is coming in about 65,000 Australian dollars. That puts it bang in the Carnival price range, and it's fully electric at that as well. So which means for running about town, as long as you're plugging in it at night time, your running costs on this car will be pretty minimal. This is the MG Cyberstar. I've done a video about this before. This video is just to let you know that we're going to be test driving this car today. We're live in Bangkok at the Bangkok International Motor Show, and we're going to be able to do this on the Bangkok test drive. So on that drive, we're going to be able to do a suspension test, a speed test. We're going to do a slalom and a moose test as well. And if you stick with the channel, we'll be able to get all of this done, and I will see you soon. This is the LS6, though it is badged as IM6 in Bangkok at the moment. So we start with the boot design. The tail lights are very sleek the way it looks there. It's got that bar going all across there. You've got the IM logo in there and MG logo letting you know that this is still an MG car. And you've got multiple sensors available to you. So you've got sensors all around the car. You've got cameras all around the car as well. And you've got, like I said, this car is capable of rapid charging. You can do over 300 kilowatts, which means you can do 10 to 80% in about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on which battery pack that you've got. In terms of aerodynamics, MG has gone with the same thing in which you've got flush handlebars, which gently come in, and if you click open, the car opens itself. The door itself feels very sturdy. But the thing that gets you the most is the fact that the aerodynamics of the car has been well thought out. So if you look, you've got cameras there, another camera there as well, flush there, you've got the big calipers in there for you, and you've got your Pirelli tires as well. You've got the rim 21s, 235 by 45. And then if you look at the way the design language there, the architecture of the car gives you that sloping daylight running lights with your LED matrix in front and your lights in front as well. You've got more sensors all around the car, camera in the front there, 2 cameras up at the top as well. The grille in there is active as well, which lets you know that you're dealing with a very, very nice car in terms of the way it looks from the exterior. Now, one thing that they've also done to let you know is that the brake calipers are actually Continental brake calipers. They're not your standard ones, which then means that you know you're going to get better performance from the brakes in this car. So if you look at the interior as well, soft material all the way through, the wood effect in there, your very, very lovely sound grille. That's your door buttons in there. Cheap plastic at the bottom, but still very, very good. you jump into the front screen, you've got your 30-inch driver instrument cluster and infotainment system. In addition to that, you've got another pad at the bottom here. You've got the same rotor wheels that you find in a Tesla here, but better. You've got stalks in the car as well, which help you change lanes. So if you look, you've got wireless charging, which is cooled here, and you've got a little slot there. You've got 2 cup holders there, plus your space in the back. And unlike the MG4, which I drove, which I've just test driven, you've got actual support, under tire support, which extends and makes the driving a little bit more comfortable for you. So I'm just going to sit in here so I can show you how comfortable this car is. Once you sit inside, the noise reduction is it's very, very impressive. And you've got all the smart things in there. If you look at the screen in front of you, your door lock, your seat adjust, your driving, your ADAS system as well. So you've got your pilot system, you've got your wireless connect, your Bluetooth, your connectivity, your hotspot, Wi-Fi, wireless charging. The sound system is supposed to be impressive in this car as well. You've got voice control, which you can wake up. Would you say LOIM? LOIM? IM? Elohim? Okay, it's not coming up at the moment. But you also have the option to actually change this to Chat GPT for your wake up module. You've got general as well as your display there. You've got heated and cooled seats, which also makes the car a little bit more comfortable. So I'm going to jump into the back for a moment so that we can see how comfortable it is. But if you can see from a driver's perspective, and I've put this in my driving position, so when I jump into the car to the back now, then you can see how comfortable it is in the back as well. Right, so I'm sat in the back seat here, and this is my driving position. And if you look at my legs, there's acres of space in there for me. That means I'm very, very comfortable here. The headroom here is impressive. You've got your panoramic roof in there as well. And if you then look around, you've got your air conditioning vents with a single solitary USB-C button at the bottom in there. You've got space and control in there, and you've got a foldable middle row, which then gives you 2 cup holders and space for you to keep your phones and other stuff in there. So this also comes with cooled and heated seats in the back here, but I don't think the middle seat has got that, so it's just the 2 seats on the side. And all in all, this is definitely a more premium vehicle from MG than the other models in their collection. this is the Avatr 11. This is one of the cars that got made popular by out of spec reviews when they tested the FSD function of this car, which they found to be very, very superior to the Tesla's one. This car is going to be, if it does come to Australia, it's going to be coming in about 100,000 Australian dollars. Flush door handles, as is the way, and this is not the performance model, by the way. This is the single motor drive. It's got a big boot space in there, and it's got its speakers in the back there as well. No extra tires present. Interior of the car looks quite lovely when you think about it. Soft touch materials everywhere, even at the bottom. Meridian speaker systems, Avatr logo in the back, cooled heated seats all the way through, and then you then get access to, and they've got this very fantastic design for their chairs as well. So we're at the Kia stand, and this is the Kia EV5 GT line. This is one of those cars I told you about in the best cars for 2024. This spec comes with almost everything that you want in a car. Only problem with it is that it's still got 400 volt architecture in terms of its charging, but this car really looks good. And if you watched my video on the EV9, you'll understand how good this car is. So we're just gonna jump in.
สามารถสร้างแรงบันดาลใจได้เราจึงสร้างสรรค์และพัฒนายนต์ระดับที่จะทำให้คุณใช้เวลาที่มีค่าร่วมกับคนที่คุณรักได้อย่างเต็มที่ผ่านแนวคิด Movement that inspires และด้วยปรัชญาการออกแบบยนต์ระดับที่ล้ำสมัยผสมผสานโลกแห่งธรรมชาติเอาไปสู่ที่ไรเด็ดเพื่อยก
So the interior of the car is very good. It's got that faux leather thing going on. It's got this weird bench sit thing. That looks like it's got its own seat in the middle here, but they say it's a table. The only problem with that is that you don't have any storage space left in there. You've got your wireless charger here, and your cup holders there, and you've got your USB-C ports in there as well. You've got your dual 12.3 infotainment and driver instrument cluster, and you've got your climate control 3-inch screen in the center of that. It's got heated and cooled seats in the front, and you've got your buttons similar to the EV9 if you've watched that video that helps you control everything there. You've got manual controls for your air conditioning vents. Your driver mode can be changed from here. You can adjust your temperature from there. Hazard buttons as well. So if we look into the back seats also, very good angles. You've got your ISOFIX buttons in there. I've said this multiple times in different videos, I do really like my boxy shaped cars, and this one has been one of those ones that's been very successful because of that. รองรับทุกการเชื่อมต่อ Android Auto และ Apple CarPlay แบบไร้สายพร้อมกล้องมองภาพรอบทิศทาง Surround View Monitor Air conditioning controls. Let's see what the both sides look like. และระบบเครื่องเสียง Meridian 14 ตำแหน่งนอกจากนี้ The Kia EV9 ยังมีระยะการเดินทางสูงสุดถึง680กิโลเมตรต่อการชาร์จ1ครั้งตามมาตรฐาน NEDC พร้อมระบบการชาร์จแบบรวดเร็วพิเศษ Significant boot space. The Kia EV9 GT Line All-Wheel Drive มาพร้อมกับมอเตอร์ไฟฟ้า Dual Motor ที่ให้กำลังรวมถึง384แรงม้าและแรงดึงดูด Nice. More space in there. Space in there as well.
your car.
Right, so this is the Kia Sorento. This hasn't come to Australia just yet. This is the PHEV version of it, performance version. So basically, it's a plug-in hybrid. Captain seats on the interior. All-wheel drive. So it's a 2+2+2 all the way through. Decent amount of good space with the 6 seats, the back seats on.
Mazda CX-3 ใหม่ crossover SUV คันแรกของไทยให้คุณเป็นเจ้าของได้ง่ายด้วยส่วนลดสูงสุด
Interior is very solid. Lots of aesthetically pleasing things to look at. You've got your driver instrument cluster. You've got your infotainment system. You've got your buttons in there for your EV versus HEV. And then you got your power control, your powertrain controls in there as well. So this is one that might be a winner when it eventually comes to Australia. So it comes in with a 1.6 liter engine and a 47 kilowatt hour battery. So it basically can do over 100 Ks on EV only. So we've got the EX40 available to us. This is going to be coming in at roughly about $65,000 to $70,000 when it comes to Australia. I think it is available already in Australia. The CX40 is being phased out in preference of the EX40. The interior is similar to most Volvos. You've got your climate control, AC controls in the back there. Moving across, got your old school Volvo infotainment system in there with the driver instrument cluster. You've got the gear knob for changing gears in there available to you as well. Recycled materials for your car seats. I'm not sure if it's got a front. Let's have a look. Yes, it does. It's not a big one, but it's got one all the same. So we're going to go look at the other electric versions of Volvos that are available. That's the EX30 that's on the same platform as the Zeekr X. And the Zeekr X actually has a more premium feel to it. But the build quality of the EX30 cannot be understated either. Lots of recycled materials in here, cooled and heated seats, lovely steering wheel, the new portrait mode new portrait mode infotainment system in there. Similar to the Zeekr X, you've got this new style of sitting as well. Took me a while to find that. Boot size is decent. Again, very similar to the Zeekr X. So the Zeekr, this is the EX30. Door light, hammer lights, like all the other Volvos. And this one is the EC40. This has been discontinued from Australia at the moment. It's a nice looking coupe type car, but I think it just didn't get the traction in Australia that they wanted, so now they phased it out. and it's going to be just be the EX40 that's going to be available. So let's move on. This is the EX90. This is the flagship car. This one is going to cost roughly about 135 because this is the twin motor Ultra. So, and this one has a 300 kilowatt hour, 200 kilowatt electric motor on this. And when you switch it into performance mode, you can do 0 to 100 in just under 5 seconds, 4.8 seconds. Right, so this is the Taycan for Gran Turismo, or rather Cross Turismo. This is fully electric. Different versions of this car are available. The performance one's capable of 320 kilowatts with 610 Newton meters of torque. Top speed is 220 kilometers per hour, and it's got a range of, depending on which trim you get, of up to 600 kilometers. The performance trim gets 520 kilometers. Look at the rims on those. 285/40, rim 20, Michelin Pilot. Right, let's see what else Porsche's got in terms of their electric. So that's the standard Taycan in there. I should actually do the interior of the other Taycan as well. So just bear with me. Let's go back and see what the interior looks like. Okay, this one's locked. So you might get to look at this one, the standard model. Look at those lights, how they just come up and how good they look, how aerodynamic this car looks. This is really, really fantastic quality here. This car is roughly about 340,000 Australian dollars. See what the book looks like. Right, so very good soft materials in there, buttons everywhere for controlling everything, memory function for your seats, piano black interior, lovely curved screen for the driver instrument cluster, steering wheel looks absolutely lovely. You've got your drive modes in there, you've got your stalks for controlling the gear and for your lighting, aerated seats as well for cooled and heated functions. You've got this lovely center console screen as well with another infotainment screen there and a final third screen in there for the passenger. The noise insulation in this car is freaking amazing. I'm going to pop out for a moment so you can hear all the noises available outside. Then I'm going to pop back into the car and then close the door so you can have an idea of how much the noise insulation in this car is. So this is just amazing seeing how well all that looks like. Right, so this is the Porsche Macan. especially this rear bumper design. But the aerodynamics of this car are amazing. So when you look at this car, the side view and everything about this car is just awesome to look at. So this car comes in two different versions. You've got 250 kilowatts available with 563 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds. It's got a range of about 530 kilometers for the performance model. Interior of this car is amazing as well. I might just see if I can try and get the closure to test drive at some plan. When I get back. I know that. This is the Porsche Cayenne. Wow. Again, looks really good, sleek design, much bigger than the Macan. This one's 382 kilowatts, 750 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds. But this one's not fully electric, and it's got 88 kilometers of fully electric range. Oh my gosh, just look at the design of it. And you can see to a certain extent why some people reference the CI. It's just the X at the bottom is not printed, but that's great for the CI. Right, so this is one that you guys definitely need to be looking out for. This is the Depot Hunter K50. This is literally just launching in Australia, out to compete with the BYD Shark 6 and sneaking in just before the Geely Ridara pumps in. So this particular car is from Depot, and Depot have got the design of this car completely correct. Just look at that grille and look at the stance. So this one's got 200 to 272 kilowatts combined. It's got 470 newton meters of torque. Electric driving range is 131. It's got a lithium ion phosphate battery, 31.8. kilowatt hours present, rated to support up to 300 kilos here. It's got a decent 1,200 liter, and I think it tows up to 3 tons. I'm just going to confirm that. So I managed to find 3,500. I managed to find the towing capacity. It's 3,500. So this definitely is going to put this directly in the headlights of the this is definitely going to be one that people are going to have to pay attention to. Right, so it's really busy over here. This is the Depot LO7. This is the sedan. Very aggressive aerodynamics that are here as well, all designed to improve the aerodynamics of the car. It's really busy in here, so I'm not going to be able to get you in to see what the interior looks like. Very solid aerodynamics up the front here as well. Love the daytime running lights. And if this comes to Australia, this is going to be roughly around the $60,000 mark. Right, so this is one that's been specifically designed to compete with the budget entry cars, and this is a Looming, and this is the equivalent of 24,000 Australian dollars. So just to put that into context for you, it's a 4-seater. It's a 4-seater, collapsible seats in the back. It's going to be one that parents are going to give to their kids. They're going into uni. Price is also very affordable. So look out for this particular model coming close to you. Now this is the Neta stand, and for some reason their stand has not been very, very popular all the way through. I actually really did like this when I went to Jakarta, and they've actually built a factory in Indonesia. So the car that I've got in front of me is the Neta X, and the Neta X is selling for roughly about 37,000 Australian dollars. So, and it's got vehicle to load. The interior is not bad at all. I did do a test drive of the Neta X while I was in Jakarta. The interior of the car is pretty decent and pretty premium as well. So for the price, you're getting a whole lot of car. But for some reason, they seem to be in trouble at the moment. My suspicions stem from the fact that they didn't diversify out of China on time, and they have invested a lot of money building the factory in Thailand for the right-hand drive. Hopefully, if they can survive this year, they're still going to be in the market to be able to provide a decent car going forward, because they're really budget friendly. And this is a smaller Neta V2, much smaller car. This one's actually about $22,000. Banging into the Volvo segment. Interior is not bad at all. I think if they were to move to places like the UK and Australia, they do very, very well. Especially now that they're almost completing their factory, right-hand drive factory in Thailand. I think it's just those two models available. Different colors of the same two models. The V2 and the X. Right, so we're going into a model. This is another one that's been very, very popular here. The J7, you've already seen me do a review of that. The review is going to be out in the next 24 hours. The model is called the E5 in Australia, but it's C5 over here. I haven't done a review of this car just yet. And I've just done a test drive and review of the J6 EV. So I think that about covers, Aion. I haven't done Aion, so let's go do Aion. Now, we did do Aion in Jakarta. Wow, we never got to see this one. This is the M8 PHEV. Now, this particular one is 5.2 meters long. It's got a wheelbase of 3,070. It's got 330 kilowatts, 0 to 100 in 5.6. It's not a bad looking car at all. The two-tone colors of it are also pretty impressive. And they're showing you the functionality of the car in actually being wheelchair accessible. So this is pretty awesome. Lots of space in the car. Sorry, sweetie. She's okay. Right, so let's go on to the other Aion products available. This is the Hypertech HT, but this is the one with the regular doors rather than the suicide doors. Massive amount of interior here. Massive amount. I think Aions were the one that surprised me when we were in Jakarta, because a lot of their cars had spare wheels available. Lots of room, lots of space in there. Completely adjustable, completely relaxable. Okay, this is the Hypertech entry. Now for you guys in Australia, this is coming all the way this year. Just to give you a heads up. Now this is the Hypertech SSR. This is a full electric car as well. Carbon fiber details all around the car. Ridiculously fast. Launched last year in 2024 in Milan. Sorry guys, I can't get close to it. They're not going to let me in. Scissor doors as well. No heads-up display, but 15. Right, so this is the Honda station. I'm just gonna browse through what they've got. They've got their HEVs, which are non-plug-in electrics. They've got the City. That's the City hatchback. This is City sedan. That's the CR-V HEV as well. Both Toyota and Honda are not preparing for the future at all. So this is the CR-V HEV, and I think this is Honda's only electric car, the EM 4.38 meters long, 1.79 meters width, and 1.5 meters in height. And it's a bit meh, but at least they've got one now. It's not even. It's got a decent boot size. And in typical Honda fashion, the tailgate's not electric. You've got to manually go in down the tail. So whatever you want, you have to the interior of the car is rather bland as well. It's got a long portrait infotainment screen in the center. It's got a 10.25 screen for the driver instrument cluster. To be honest, it's a bit underwhelming. So you can't say you've come to Honda station without actually looking at all the Honda motorcycles that are available. I don't think they've got any fully electric ones available at the moment, but they do have some lovely motorcycles available. This one really looks like a Harley Davidson. In the boat section, and this is the Honda Marine. So Honda also makes electrical motors for their boats, and they also have a boat that you can get access to. This is a car I really wanted to test drive for you guys. This is the JY Air Junyao Auto, and this car looks a lot like the P7 Plus. Obviously, I don't think it's got the same level of performance as the P7 Plus, but lots of space in the interior. It's got the significant Xpeng filter because this is the Xpeng steering wheel, and the design elements of this car are purely Xpeng as well. So I've got to go do some more research about this car. Because it does look a whole lot like the P7 Plus. And this is about $37,000. So, there are some design cues that are very similar to the Xpeng P7 Plus, but it is different. It's got flush door handles as well, 19-inch rims. This is the Plus version. It's got updated lights, more premium feel to it. It's got soft door handles and soft closing as well. Interior does feel a little bit premium. It's got a 14-inch screen.
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีทุกท่านค่ะต้อนรับเข้าสู่บูธ Harley Davidson นะคะ ในปีนี้ค่ะ Harley Davidson มีความพิเศษมากมายทีเดียวมามอบให้กับทุกท่านที่มาเดินแล้วก็มาเยี่ยมชมงาน Bangkok International Motor Show 2025 นะคะ ตอนนี้ค่ะเรามีของที่ระลึกมามอบให้กับทุกท่านที่เมื่อสักครู่นี้มารับชมโชว์ชุดพิเศษของเรากันด้วยรวมไปถึงท่านใดที่มาร่วมกิจกรรมกับเราในวันนี้เดี๋ยวเราจะมีโลโก้ Harley Davidson นะคะแจกให้เป็นสติ๊กเกอร์ค่ะอันนี้เดี๋ยวแจกให้ฟรี
And now we're at the BMW Motor Ride.
เดี๋ยวเพิ่งไปไหนนะคะก็เดี๋ยวเข้ามาใกล้ๆได้สามารถเข้ามาเยี่ยมชมบริเวณบูธของเราที่จัดแสดงของเราได้เลยนะคะจะเข้ามาเยี่ยมชมได้นะคะจะไปทำที่ไหนตอนนี้เรียนเชิญได้เลยในระหว่างที่เราสามารถไปจ่ายให้ได้บอกว่าจะมีคนให้ได้นะคะ
I know nothing about bikes, I can't give you any commentary on it. I'm just doing a walkthrough of all the options that are here. And last but not least, we go to the Yamaha Center. I wish I could get a jet ski. I really do. It's a Wave Runner. Multiple scooters available. Yamaha bikes are there. More scooters. Couple bikes available here. I know nothing about bikes, so apologies if I'm not giving you any running commentary. I just wanted to give you a walk around of all the things that are available at the auto show. Geely's got a few cars that are not yet available in Australia. It says that this is the Geely Geo. I don't know a lot about this, but it's the small compact size SUV that's supposed to be competing with the BYD Dolphin. It's pretty popular in China from what I've been told. Interior of the car looks great. 14-inch screen, a 10.2 infinite cluster. Aesthetics look good. And then you've got the Geely EX5, which we've test driven and which we've done a review of. And thank you guys for watching that review. That particular video is done pretty well. So this is the Mazda station. Most of the Mazdas are as standard as what we get in Australia. The only one that we don't have access to is the electric one, which I'm going to show you now. Now this car is predominantly being built in China, even though it's being badged as a Mazda 60. A few design elements from it have been poached from Mercedes up front, but the angles and everything about it is quite premium. Entertainment system. So it's just on display, it's not available to buy. It is a hatchback, which means it's got a decent boot size as well. So So this is the Mazda 6e. That gives it an abundance of space in here in comparison to most sedans. Looks pretty good. But like I said, it is predominantly being built in China. It's not doing Mazda 10%. And this is a concept car from Mazda, more like a roadster. Right, so we're at the Toyota stand now. That's the Ioniq. And as with Toyota, everything in the interior is still dated and looks like it's still about 5 to 10 years old. But they have come up with a few tricks here. So this is a popcorn or a snack pavilion. Has been built into the back of a Hilux. This is a dog wash, dog grooming or pet grooming center that's been built into another one. And there's a U-Haul, all built into the back of the Hilux. So showing you the versatility of what the Hilux can do. Right, so this is the Lexus executive seater. This is the Lexus version of the Alphard. It's called a Lexus, it's called Luxury, and it's still manually opening. Okay, this is a prototype. None of the actual things are in place. That's the Lexus NX40. NX450, sorry. That's the RX450. That's the LBX, which is supposed to be Lexus's electric car. That's the Jewelry Dara, which we got to test drive as well. This car is likely to be giving the Shark Sig some competition, in addition to the K50 as well. Right, so this is the Ford Ranger. This is one of Ford's most popular cars. This is a V6 monster of a truck. Just look at the all-wheel tires. They're on all-terrain tires. They're on this car. Phenomenal. Look at the suspension on this car as well. I'm not sure the F-150 is going to be here, but I'm just going to have a look around. The F-150 is a massive, massive car. These are all Rangers. So, hi guys. We've come to the end of our time in Bangkok. We've had a good time. It's been 3 to 4 days. Lots of test drives. Oh my gosh, it's been mental. We got to test drive the IM6. We got to test drive the Ridara. We didn't get to test drive the K50, but we did see it, and that's also been launched or earmarked for release in Australia. We got to test drive multiple different cars. It was unbelievable how many cars we got to test drive in such a short period of time. I've got to say thank you to the organizers of the Bangkok International Motor Show. The organization was pretty solid. We had a good racetrack ahead of us. We had the opportunity to test track the cars in terms of speed. We were able to do a slalom. We were able to do emergency brake and maneuvers, and we also had a suspension test track as well. The organization was so good, and the amount of crowds that were here. I'll give you a simple example. We tried to get onto to get access to the depot stands, for example, and there were queues, 50, 60, 70 people queuing to try and test drive cars. It was mental. But there are a few things that I've learned from my trip to Bangkok, and I think it's important that I share this with you. You cannot beat planning. The Thai government decided in 2017 that they wanted to gradually migrate towards electrification of the cars in their country. They started putting infrastructure in places. They started planning and building. There were 3 different levels of this planning that was done, and then this was implemented to a very, very good standard. In 2022, then they moved on to step 3 of this, which was to then incentivize people to actually transition from from ICE cars to electric cars. And in 2 years, between 2022 and 2024, the amount of cars that have moved over to electric is impressive. And the more you think about it, the more you realize that there's a lot to be said for having a stability in government. There's a lot to be said for having the same vision in terms of what you want to develop. There's a lot to be said about the having the foresight to think about what the future is going to hold and being able to plan for that. So, and you can see that in Thailand as we came here for this particular trip. When I was reading through their plans for their electrification, they've set a target of 2035 that they won't have any more ICE cars available in the country. They've set a 2030 target for 70% of all the cars in the country to be electric, and they're definitely working towards that. The infrastructure, the finance options, the incentive from the government, the VAT changes that have been made, all of this has been geared up to try and improve the welfare and the health of the population as a whole. And I've been impressed by the level of organization and the level of determination and focus that they've done to that. So kudos to the Thai government, kudos to the BIMS organizers for 2025. Hopefully I'll be back in 2026 to be here again, to come and experience the wonderful atmosphere that has been here. So until the next one, you guys take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.